I'm Glen Needham, Associate Professor of Entomology at Ohio State University, working on the emerging tick problem in Ohio. Here in Ohio we really have three kinds of ticks: lone stars, dog ticks, and black-legged or deer ticks. And they each sort of live in a different habitat. So the first thing you need to do is become aware of where the ticks are so that you know to be prepared before you walk into those areas. And so if you're going to be walking into grassy areas, that's where the American dog tick lives. The other tick is a lone star tick, and that's where we are today, in lone star tick habitat in southern Ohio. They live in more of a shrubby habitat. And then the new bad actor in Ohio is the black-legged or deer tick, and it's found in wooded habitats. And you definitely want to use a repellent if possible, and also tuck your pants into your socks. Wear light-colored clothing. This is mainly so you can visualize the ticks crawling on the clothing. And so when they get on, they crawl up until they find exposed skin. And this is one reason people think that ticks fall out of trees, because they find them on their head all the time. So ticks are rarely higher than knee-high, and then once they get on, they crawl up. What we really recommend is that you not use the folk methods that people try to do to get ticks to back off. First, they don't work, and number two, they may be dangerous, and so they delay removal. So it takes about 24 to 48 hours for disease transmission to occur. So you really shouldn't delay when the ticks are found. So using jeweler's forceps or tweezers, grabbing the tick as close to the skin as possible and pulling with steady, even pressure is the way you remove a tick. And then save the tick, especially if you start developing symptoms. What you're looking for is a rash, a bullseye rash, if it's a deer tick. And if it's sort of a spotted rash on your extremities, that's the first sign for Rocky Mountain spotted fever. And so really three diseases we worry about in Ohio: ehrlichiosis, which is transmitted by lone stars; Rocky Mountain spotted fever, which is transmitted by American dog ticks, but less than 2% of the ticks in Ohio are carriers of that disease; and then Lyme disease associated with the black-legged deer tick. So if there are any unusual symptoms, a high fever, flu-like symptoms, then take that tick with you to your healthcare professional, and then they'll be thinking possibly a tick-borne disease. And we don't do any testing of ticks in Ohio. Really, you should start treatment before any tick is tested for any disease. So that's really not going to help you out there. The best sources of information are going to be on the internet if you want quick access to that. And we just revised the tick fact sheet for Ohio, so you can obtain that from Extension. And that will have information on all the ticks that we've been discussing. ODNR has a lot of information. This will be a great place to go for people who are hunting, looking for that kind of information. And then a couple of websites. One is called Tick Encounter, and that has the seasonal activity of ticks and the diseases transmitted by ticks. And then there's one you can download on your smartphone. It's called Tick App, and it has all sorts of information on tick identification, what diseases they transmit, what to do about them, and that sort of thing. So those are good places to start. And then finally, I guess the CDC. If you put CDC and whatever disease you're interested in, it'll take you to that federal information.